Guys, we're the other side of the fairground here. It's a little bit quieter. A lot of cars here, but this is no car park. This is an area for car enthusiasts. If you like Jaguars, this is the place to be. The man with me is Searle. Graham, you are General Secretary of the International Jaguar Enthusiasts Club?
Correct, yes.
I've got the title right.
General Manager, but
Oh,
same
sorry.
thing, yes.
General Manager, okay.
Jaguar.
Now, we're not talking about a local Bristol club here, are we?
No, we're an international club with 16,000 members worldwide in about 200 countries.
People who drive Jaguars.
All people that drive Jaguars or thoroughly enjoy the name and the history of the mark.
Well, talking of history, we're standing by a Jaguar Old. We're talking about a model from, what, 1950?
1958.
With quite a story.
Yes, it's a 1958 Mark 8. It's one of those where the slogan "Grace, Space and Pace" came from. And this particular one I found in Bristol. It had belonged to Sir John Wills, the tobacco magnate and the Bristol benefactor. He'd sold it to his swineherd, who was too short to drive it. He put it in a garage. Cut a long story short, somebody set fire to that garage in the 80s, and the garage burnt down, but the car lost all its paint and all its lead loading and everything else. So we eventually bought it from the person who dragged it out and set about restoring it. It did require a brand new roof on it and things like that, but now there she is in all her glory.
Roadworthy, what, 12 years later?
12 years it took, yes. Been on the road 4 years since then. Yeah.
What is it about Jaguar for you and for all the other members around the world?
It's essentially British. All that wood and that walnut, you get the performance. As I say, Jaguar coined the term grace, space and pace, and I think that's what does it. Even now, and it's a wonderful time to be a Jaguar owner at the current market. So we have all these events, we get cars from all ages come out, and we love to see the old ones, but the new ones are exciting as well these days.
Well, that's a bit of a cue, really, for the fact that if you come across to your stand here, you have the opportunity of winning yourself a brand new Jaguar, just for a pound?
For a pound, yes. It's an XK. It's actually a 2007 model, but it's only done 9,000 miles from new. It's a wonderful car, and we support the lifeboats, and every year we raffle a Jaguar. So for a pound, somebody will take the car away when we do the draw in November. But I would just urge people to come and buy a ticket now and get in on that draw, because it's a wonderful opportunity and supports a good cause.
You never know, do you? It could be you who gets to drive that Jag away.
Absolutely, and I've driven that car and it's a wonderful drive.
I've got to say just quickly, you say a Jag makes you proud to be British. It's not actually owned by a British company anymore.
No, it's owned by Tata, the Indian conglomerate, and it's the best thing that ever happened to Jaguar since Sir William handed over. Simply because he had the vision and he supports the heritage, and of course we're all about heritage. And you've only got to look at the new range of Jaguars to see how well they're doing, and the future is incredibly bright for a Jaguar enthusiast.
I know there are health and safety reasons why the Jaguar itself has disappeared from the bonnet, but were you sad to see it go?
Yes, in a way. It is part and parcel of the history of the car, but if you look at the modern designs, they just don't incorporate it anyway, and it really, I don't think it's needed. They've got the badge now. It remains a marvellous part of the past, and we carry it with pride.
And I have to say very quickly, the noise you heard was not coming from a Jaguar. They purr. That was one of the showground Jeeps going by. Graham, thank you very much indeed. And just to tell you again, to remind you folks that the Jaguar stand is the other side of the fun fair. If you've got the show catalogue, you will spot where it is, and it's certainly worth coming across and looking at these beautiful beasts. And I don't mean Graham Searle.